October 18 Selectmen's meeting.
Their show meetings out to the naming plane.
That day was perfect. Got my own personal toilet plane.
Want to call the meeting to order? If you would, lead us to the pledge, Colonel. Please stand, thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Colonel. Kids under the weather this evening, so just the two of us will be here this evening. Minutes for October 4th and October 14th. We can have a motion to accept.
Are you making the motion, or want me to make it?
I'm asking you to make the motion.
I'll make the motion, we accept the minute.
I'll second it. Any discussion? In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Manifest. $113,621.82 dated 10/14/21. I entertain a motion to accept that.
I'll make the motion, we accept that.
Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed. Thank you. Okay, Lenny Thomas Town Hall, baby shower, and Sue Dale's wedding. How do you want to handle that? Facility use.
I'll make the motion, we approve the Thomas one and the Daigle one.
I'll second it. Discussion? Okay, I'll entertain a vote. Yes, yes,
Aye.
aye, no, okay, that'll carry, thank you. Okay, we're up for the fire chief's report. I guess that means you're up, Mr. EJ.
Evening, how are you?
Good, thank you, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Looking good for an old fella.
Done me or you?
Oh, starting off already, are we? Okay, wait a minute, let me pull my sleeves up and get ready for the action.
I'm with you there, don't worry about
Okay,
that.
I know you.
So if you look at the sheets, so the stuff that's in the yellow is exactly the same as last year. So until we get, the healthcare costs, COLAs and all that stuff, so the top end of the, stuff isn't gonna change, and then obviously with contracts, that will change as well. So if you go from on page 2, line 275, which is the start of the operations side of the budget, the increases and decreases are on that little cheat sheet that I just handed out to you.
Okay,
The quick down and dirty is our budget on that end of it is gonna go down, about $7,600 overall.
okay.
So do you wanna go line by line, or do you wanna go just over what's changed?
Well, I reviewed it, Bob, what do you think?
No, I'm good.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I can just go over the changes.
That's it.
So on the telephone line, which is 341, it's gonna go up about $510, and that's just the increase to the cellular plans that we currently have.
Yeah.
Through FirstNet, line 391 ambulance billing, we're dropping it $500 right now. We are ending with our current billing contractor at the end of this year. In January 1, we're starting with a new contractor at a lower percentage rate.
Okay.
So we're dropping some on that.
Just a question on that, and the reason I have is my own, with the health insurances now,
Yep.
we get a certain amount of coverage in the ambulances.
Correct.
How does that work? If, let's say you have to take me to the hospital, how do do you bill the insurance company, or
Yep.
how does that work?
So what happens is this third-party billing company is the one that handles all the billing.
Okay.
But any residents in town, not employees like at Walmart or Fox Road, unless they are a resident of the
Right.
town, we charge your insurance company, we send an invoice to your insurance company, whatever the insurance pays, that's all we get.
Okay,
So, actually, we had a resident that stopped by this morning because she got a bill in the mail. So what happens is the insurance pays their part, and then whatever's remaining would essentially go towards the individual. Residents in town do not have to pick up that extra
so
tab.
you waive that,
So
okay.
that gets waived, and we can do that legally through, in lieu of taxes, through the state laws.
Okay, yeah,
in
I
theory.
thought so, that's why I asked you, I thought
Yep,
that
no.
that's what you explained to us in the past, and I was wondering if the policy had filled
Yep,
that.
no, that stayed, but we found a company that with a cheaper rate
Yep, that's
for
fine.
billing, so we're gonna go with that. leased equipment and programming, line 440 is gonna go up about $850, and that's due to new software to augment our ongoing issues with our radio and dispatch systems that we have to, essentially it's a backup.
Right.
For that, line 442, computer expense is going up $1,000, so what we used to pay for the computer, with the cost of everything how it is now, is essentially doubled. So we're gonna do that up $1,000. I apologize for the typo on the next one with that line, it should just be 635. Is vehicle fuel, we're gonna reduce that $1,000.
Okay, now, we discussed that with the police chief the other day,
Yes.
and he anticipated his fuel costs are gonna go up. And
Yeah.
What did he say, was it 290 to 2?
320 is what he's anticipating, and the state's sitting at 330.
That's it, 330.
So a couple of years ago, in 18, 19, we were approximately 15,000 in our line item for the budget. Last year, we reduced that down to 13, and we're doing okay so far, so we're gonna drop it down again. Another 1,000 to see where we're at, but as of right now, we look fine.
Yeah, and that was when the bridge was going up, you guys were running there every
Yep,
hour
yep.
over there.
So as it is right now, we're doing okay, so we're looking
You
to be
feel
able to drop
comfortable
it.
with it, fine with me, okay.
In alarm maintenance, 691, we're gonna drop that to 10,000. So last year, we requested an additional $10,000 to pay for needed upgrades to the alarm system.
Yeah.
Those will be done this year, so we're dropping that $10,000 down back to the original line item.
Okay.
And then line 740, equipment and vehicle purchases, we're raising it by $1,500 because everything is expensive. We just bought, what did we end up having to buy? Oh, we had to buy a tie rod, or no, I'm sorry, a drag link for one of the vehicles. The last time it got replaced was $400. The exact same part from the exact same company is $840. So it's just, everything is going up. So all that nets out to a negative 7639.
Okay.
So the bottom end of the budget, as it sits right now, will be dropping.
Okay, now, if we were to guesstimate the COLA at 3.5, which is the talk around town, where do you think that's gonna, how much that's gonna affect your?
3.9%.
Yeah. I know
If we
you-
stay status
Take your
quo.
calculator up, so I don't have mine with me, so.
We'd have to compare it to the union contract, because the union contract is the top end of the vast majority.
You don't
of
have a
employees.
union contract at present, right?
Correct.
No,
So
that's status
the
quo.
conversation. So their status quo, so the 3.9 won't affect any of the union employees, so it would just be 3.9% on the chief and I, without the union
okay.
contract. So,
Right.
I mean, we're not
Well, now you
talking,
know why I asked the question,
Yep,
because
yep.
in the back of my mind, you must have been reading what's left up here.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So without the union contract passing,
So
they're
it wouldn't be
frozen.
it wouldn't be a big jolt to the budget then?
Correct.
As it's right now.
I'd like to keep it as flat as possible, seeing as we were dealing with the $100 million
Yep.
loss over here, that power plant, so.
Yep, absolutely.
Great. Thank
So
you.
that's where we're sitting with that. And then, any questions on that stuff?
Not Bob?
Okay, warrant articles?
Yep.
So as you'll see, the total has decreased as far as the actual overall request, so, Article A, or whatever it's gonna be termed, so just asking for the $200,000 in the, replacement of vehicles for the fire departments,
Mm-hmm.
which is in line with what we requested after, Chief Moynihan and Eleanor worked on the, vehicle replacement plan last year.
Did we do a warrant article last year for that?
We did for 200,000, yep.
Okay, so we're gonna basically keep that the same?
We're gonna keep that and stay the course, yep.
Okay, good. How much money do we have in that now?
You currently, right now, after you guys have put a deposit down on the new engine, there's $314,075.
Okay, now, a little, if you give us a little history on the new engine, what are we looking at, when are we looking to receive it?
April of next year. Yep.
Next year?
Yep.
Okay, and the balance to be due then,
The remainder will be due upon.
which is roughly gonna be, I won't hold you to a figure, just a ballpark.
500,000.
Okay.
So essentially, the 314 that's in there plus the 200,000.
We should be,
Yeah, it's like 503. Yeah.
okay, so we should be covered.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And then Article B is the replacement of the ambulance and major medical equipment, which is the 50,000, which the budget committee had agreed that they wanted to stick with going forward a couple of years ago.
Right.
Um,
I have no problem.
And-
Bob, you got a problem with that? Nope. Okay.
And that line currently sits at 236,424.
And that's part of the capital improvement.
Correct.
too.
How is the ambulance holding up?
Good.
Okay, because I know that we jumped to a diesel engine and, I don't wanna say Cadillac model, we might have got a different model, but.
No, but it's a good quality, it's a Dodge, it's doing well, it's holding
I
up
never
well,
had
so.
good luck with Dodges, but you know.
They're actually, the Dodge is holding up a lot better
Better
than
than the
departments that own Fords
Yeah.
right now.
Unbelievable.
Article C, we're requesting $60,000 for the replacement of the Suburban. We just had it inspected, it passed, knock on wood. But talking to them, they're anticipating that it probably more than likely will not pass next year due to body rot on the rocker panels and some other stuff.
Right.
So that,
That's the
current
living
people.
room Suburban right there. I just turned 144,000 miles on it. It was 12 years old, so.
Have you got your truck for this year yet? You're already asking for truck next year, you ain't got this one yet.
So, I did talk with the dealership, it's supposed to be delivered the first week of November and is going straight to outfitting. So it's scheduled to be at the outfitter November 15th.
Okay.
Hopefully.
It's one of those trucks that got caught without a fuel chip.
It was the field chip.
It was finished in production in April, sitting in a field.
I'm sorry, Pat, I didn't hear what you said. It's scheduled to go where right after?
The outfitter, so
So the outfitter.
Nevo in town is getting it outfitted,
Yep.
so, yep,
Okay.
so that way by,
Whose vehicle is that gonna be?
Mine.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
And you get the Suburban?
So you're gonna replace the Suburban with a 3/4 ton?
So what we're gonna do, yeah, so the Suburban's a 3/4, so that's the backup to tow anything, the trailer, the phone trailer, the boat. So we like to replace it with a like vehicle. So the new pickup that's coming in, hopefully in November, is only a half ton. So it wouldn't be able to pull the bigger trailers that we have. And honestly, the cost is not too much different anyways between a 3/4 and a half.
Right.
The increase from last year to this year is literally the cost of everything has gone up, so.
Mhm.
So, but you definitely need a vehicle to tow your stuff with, so.
Is the backup, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and that's gonna be able to be equipped for your other equipment that
Yes.
you need in there for
It will
your
be fully outfitted.
personal use and all that stuff, not personal use, but your personal
Yep.
breathing apparatus, whatever you needed to carry.
It'll be fully outfitted.
Okay.
that's why we're sticking with the pickup truck again, like we talked about last time.
Well, I think it makes sense, I think you guys put some good thought in that, because we discussed that at budget and a couple other meetings we had, and I was going back and forth with it in my head, trying to figure out what was a smart move.
Yeah.
But I
It
think in the long
is
run,
the
it's
trend
gonna be
across the
better for you.
country right now to get rid of the Tahoes, the Explorers, that type of stuff, because you can have that separation of,
Right.
the passenger compartment and the storage in the rear.
Okay.
Then the only other miscellaneous thing that we asked for was Article D, which was the replacement of major fire department equipment fund, which we started last year. We opened it with 5,000, and we're
Right.
requesting another 5,000 this year as well.
Right.
And that's it?
Any questions, Bob? Nope. I got a question for you.
Yes,
The forestry truck,
yes.
how much money we put in that this year?
This year, that was one of the ones that needed the drag link.
So some significant motor repairs this year, but Connors was able to tackle
Yeah.
most of that.
John's been able to do a bunch of stuff so we can keep it in-house to keep
Right.
the cost down, so.
It's been a fairly low-cost maintenance year for it because we were able to tackle most of the issues in-house. So
Okay.
that's been a good, it gets very expensive maintenance when we have to send it out because it's such a specialized vehicle.
Well, I appreciate that, I know John very well, and he does a good job. And believe me, I appreciate him being on the fire department, to help us out before that was started. I know. I also sign the POs every Saturday morning, so I see everything you guys spend your money on, so. How's the boat going? I know we got
Very
some
good.
canvas cops for pumps and stuff in the boat, I just went down the other day to check it out.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
Looks good, I like that bright red on there, I can see it.
No, it's very good.
Everything goes down in the river.
Probably in the
About
next
a month or so.
3 weeks to a month, it'll be going down to, Riverside Pickering.
Okay.
Yep, for the season.
Questions, Bob? Well, any questions, Martha?
I know the chief had one more request of you.
Aside from budget stuff, we're having a lieutenant's promotional process.
Yep.
That we're starting Wednesday. I'm looking to see if we can utilize the basement of the carriage shed for like 3 hours, just to do part of it. So essentially, we just put a smoke machine inside the door. The apparatus would come down Fox Point, look, hey, there's something going on. They'd have to walk around the building. They'd stretch a line, but there'd be no water flown.
Okay.
So just seeing if you
Surprised,
guys.
surprised you didn't ask us to do the old school that way, that'd been perfect.
So the concern is that if for some reason the hose line will be charged, if a nozzle gets opened accidentally, we don't wanna put water into a building that would be able to
Yeah,
handle.
well, I was gonna say,
The
we
dirt-
had foundation problems with that, and we spent a lot of money fixing
Right.
foundations, and that was my own concern, I saw that's
Yeah.
why we asked you for a quick
Yeah,
update
no,
on
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Do you have any problem with that, Tom?
No.
We don't need a motion for that, do we?
That's fine, I don't think so,
I don't
as long
think
as
so.
there's a
Yeah, okay.
consensus.
That's
of the
fine.
Like I
board.
said, it's only a couple hours on Wednesday morning.
That's fine,
and then we'll be-
that's fine. We're all set, thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate
the budget, thank you, ladies and
Can I
gentlemen.
ask one question? Eleanor said something. Did you say that the CIP plan is also including the new buildings? Is that?
I was
did you-
saying Pat and the fire department's vehicle capital improvement plan that Pat and I did last year
Yeah.
includes the ambulance, yes.
Okay, because I'm looking at the CIP, and we should be looking at
Mhm.
those large expenses in the CIP. I just wanted to
They
make
are,
sure that was in.
yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep, those are in there.
I'm pretty sure that spreadsheet, Dennis, would be shared with you, I'm surprised
Yeah.
it hasn't, but I'm sure it should be.
It has
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
supplied.
Okay, because it lays out the whole fire department and everything, was done- did a good job with it, they really did. I gotta commend Eleanor and, Assistant Chief.
Mr. Moynihan.
Mr. Moynihan, right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, did you have any questions, Sharon?
No, I did not, thank you.
Council?
I apologize.
I think of any other questions.
No. Okay, Martha, under new business. Self-trust, Pilgrim rates.
Pilgrim rates. We have received the health trust rates, they are a decrease of 8%, which was very encouraging. We're waiting for, we got initial Harvard Pilgrim rates, but they said they were going to reevaluate when they saw what happened with health trust. So
Okay,
we're still waiting for those,
hopefully maybe down a little bit more, wouldn't that be nice?
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I know the employees are very happy with the Blue Cross Blue Shield network,
Yeah.
and with that kind of a rate decrease,
Mhm.
that may very well be what you see me recommending.
Okay,
And that is the news on that front. So next week, we expect to have all the plans, all of the rates, as well as a potential COLA recommendation to
okay,
you for discussion.
right, okay. Police highway, safety grant, I think we talked about that, was it last meeting?
The chief has just put in a request, hoping that you would make a motion to apply for and accept his police highway safety grant, $3,400.
Who's he getting that from, the state or the Fed?
I thought it was the state.
Well, I thought it was the Fed, so,
Probably federal money going through.
through the state, yeah, but I think it was Fed money.
I'd make a motion.
All right, I'll second it, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Welcome. PP Newington tax settlement.
Yes,
Are we ready for that, or do you want to put that on hold?
I would request that the board move forward with a vote
Okay,
on the settlement agreement.
I've read it over, and it looks good to me, did you read it over?
I did.
Okay, any questions?
I think it's exactly what we had talked about and agreed to, and I think, I won't speak for them, but, I think we're all in agreement on that.
Okay, yeah, we discussed, we had many meetings on this, and I think that it took quite a while to get it where we are, so I'll take a motion to, go ahead and approve it.
I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, aye.
Gentlemen, this is what I came here for. What was the settlement?
I can't hear you, Dennis.
What was the settlement? What was the, I don't need every detail, but what was the overall big settlement? I know it's been, you've had a lot of meetings on it, but it's been,
We had to we reduced, their tax rate, and then we had to give them a check. Can we divulge what we?
Yes.
We have to give them $1 million.
is the rate we reduced or the assessed value?
No, it's the value of the plan has been
Their
reduced.
assessed value.
Assessed
The
value.
rate is the same.
Still the same, yeah.
Thank
And
you.
we locked in, we settled 19 and 20, and we're locking in 21, correct?
Right,
We're going to 190, then 185, and 190 million, 185 million is the numbers.
For the next 2 years?
22 is going to be 185 million.
Right.
Yeah, 21 is
They've agreed
190.
to it, so we won't be here fighting with them next year, but after that, we don't know where we are, and right now, nobody knows what the economy's gonna do, so.
Well, I'm just gonna have to get another plant come to town.
Well, that would be nice, Dennis, that would be real nice.
That's it,
If you've got one out there in the,
Well, I've been holding one.
well, if you can bring them, bring them.
Absolutely.
Well, preferably not a power plant, we're kind of sour on them right now.
Yeah.
Okay, any old business you wanna bring up? Ellen, what do you got there? You gonna hand something out?
No, it's just the agenda, I was getting ready to.
Okay, well, it's, only 5:20, should we adjourn or should we talk a little longer?
I think we
Do we have
can.
anything we need to, Martha, anything?
Dennis had requested that you write a letter of support for Coast Bus,
Yeah,
and thank you for signing that. I'll give him this original.
we should get some minutes, if you would. Okay, thank you, Dennis.
Martha, that was a contract for John Krebs,
Thank
for the
you.
CIP signed.
Thanks.
Thank you for doing the work with Coast Bus, Dennis, I appreciate it.
It's one of those things they're never gonna, we're always gonna pay out money. They're a nonprofit organization. And I tried to get them to say, why can't we look at doing profitable runs? And the answer, oh no, we can't do that because we'll lose all of our federal funding. That's the exact answer. It's that, that's just the, but they can't make it work. There's just no project, there's just no runs out there. I mean, you can make runs to Boston and the airport.
Right. Any questions? Shirley, any questions?
No.
Okay, motion to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn?
seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you, Dennis.
I'm glad I didn't come here, I got here a little bit early. This was gonna go longer, I came for the power plant thing, that's what I wanted.